Yeah, I'll just do that. All right. So, hey, we're back, everyone. We're just going to start off the episode with a bucket poll, and it's Kevin's sample. That was totally not rigged, by the way. All right. Well, I'll just talk about you. You don't have to talk about you. I'll talk about you.
I didn't know
You're great for.
that was a topic in there.
I think I put it
Oh,
in there.
okay.
I'm pretty sure I did. Um, yeah. You're a great co-host and a great friend. I mean,
You too, man. Thank you.
that's no. It's not about me. And pulled me from the bucket. Can't accept that. Um, I probably should be more thoughtful, but let's not make it weird. Let's just talk about you know, the debates. That's probably like the big story.
Yeah.
Finally, um,
June 27th?
Biden and yeah, June 27th, and then like September something mid September.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's interesting how the Trump and Biden campaign basically colluded on this to make terms that were desirable for both of them, including no audience, no third party or independent candidates.
Oh, wait, that's
Um,
part of it? They're not
oh,
allowing any
no, they
third party
both
candidate?
agree. They both made that agreement.
Oh, wow.
CNN did something different though. They made the criteria and they said if he meets the criteria, I mean that's kind of like how
Yeah,
it
that's what I
works.
thought. Yeah. That's
But no, the presidents don't want to.
They don't want to do that.
They're yeah, they don't believe in
They
democracy.
don't want to go
They
there.
they don't believe in free and fair elections apparently, and also they don't believe in the what is it called, the like RIP, I guess, to the Commission on Presidential Debates. That's basically over.
Wow.
That's been an institution for 40 years that we all just agree this is the path to the presidency. It's a job interview in front of the American electorate. But the Biden administration was like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. And then Trump was like, all right, well, let's just do a debate now. And I think that there's a lot of reasons it makes sense, including it kind of like rigs it a little bit so that it's hard for RFK Jr. to get a chance in the next 5 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to have 270 electoral votes, have enough states to have 270. You have to be 15% in 4 popular polls.
And he has to be on the
So,
ballot, right? Is that what you're saying with the
well, he right now he's like on enough ballots that he has something like 201 potential
Mhm.
electoral votes, and he's got like the Quinnipiac and also the Siena and also CNN keep him around like between 16 and like 12, so he's in that range pretty
Yeah.
close. Um, and also if Jill Stein and Cornel West do drop out, I think that would help him a little bit.
Hmm.
Because I mean they're getting like nothing scraps.
Yeah.
So there's some things that could change, but the Biden administration and the Trump administration said, no, that was our terms. We said no independent candidates, no third party candidates. So it kind of seems like it's a two party system forever.
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. I think it's like really also just really gross because there's been this debate going back and forth with like different sides of the media and also both campaigns saying, no, he's dangerous to democracy. No, he's dangerous to democracy. It's like, well, yeah, when you both like agree on something together and you like say, we're going to give you our list of demands. If you want to have a debate, we're going to do this one in June as quick as possible. That's just unprecedented as well. It's weird to do it
Yeah.
like now. It's just not like, I mean, I think part of it makes sense because the cognitive decline months from now is not going to be on Joe Biden's side. So he's like, yeah, let's get this over with now. And
Yeah.
also it blocks RFK Jr. And then there's a good possibility they can let the September one just kind of go away. They're actually not even talking about a VP debate. They're like, we're looking into it. It's like, no. Make a date, make it happen. That's how this works. Why are we changing the rules now? It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. They should pass a law that makes it a requirement. Like,
Who's going to pass that though? With the people?
yeah, well,
I
I guess
mean,
yeah, we'd have to have the House or the Senate bring up something, right?
it's.
The far
I
left
mean,
lane, we're gonna make our own legislation and we're gonna try to get some senators and some members of the House to co-sponsor it.
that'd be really cool if like this turned into something like world changing like that.
Let's get
No.
political.
So, anyways, that's just all really disappointing and frustrating. But I get it. It's all about control, and this is a good way to control it. But it bothers me. You know what else bothers me, Kevin?
What?
Um, Supreme Court Justice Alito. Did you see what he did?
No. What do you do?
Claims his wife did it, which is also, I'm saying, another level of this is not cool, dude. He has a flag in front of his home, and he turned that flag upside down, raised it upside down. A little bit of a
Okay.
statement.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like a stop the steal reference or something.
Hmm.
But he threw his wife under the bus. She's like, I did not do that. I would never do that, but my wife did it.
Dude, there's a lot of politicians doing that recently, throwing their wife under the bus,
Yeah.
right? That what
Ginny
there was that one
Ginny
guy.
Thomas, Clarence Thomas's wife, they also had some like kind of weird another Supreme Court judge, some weird
Really?
stuff, That was a while ago. Um
What about no, there was somebody else. I can't remember if it was in the Senate. Uh I was watching The Daily Show.
yeah.
Mendez.
Oh, okay. What did he do to
Um
his wife?
Bob Mendez. Well, he claimed that there were some corruption charges that
Mhm.
he claimed his wife was responsible for these like I remember something about gold bars. I wish I should have known this a little better, but now that you brought
Mhm.
it up, I'm like I'm seeing there's some
Yeah.
similarities.
There's a
But he blames his wife for it, and this must be a common thing in Washington.
there's a pattern. It's also just I don't think it's honorable man behavior.
Yeah.
But it's not honorable judge behavior. I think a Supreme Court judge should have more respect for the flag and also keep his opinions kind of like
Yeah. An upside down flag, that's like a distress thing, right? Isn't that
I'm
what
not
does it
sure,
mean?
but I don't know. To me, it seems like some kind of a protest about the
Yeah.
state of America, but also it does have a connection to like stop the steal, which I don't fully understand. Like
Oh, there's a
that.
stop the steal connection to it. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I saw in this article. I think it was on Politico, so
Hmm.
possible. Um, I saw that Ron DeSantis made another big move in Florida. Um, Climate change is illegal in Florida. It's
Well,
banning climate change.
what?
The quote
You're
actually
gonna
here
say
from the
something
article
about
is
fake meat again. So what do you
signs of. Oh, I have more to talk about that as well. Yeah, he signs a bill that strikes climate change from state law. So it's like the "Don't Say Gay" bill. He's just like, no, we're not gonna say that here.
that's really funny. This kind of feels like feels like make believe.
It does. A lot of this does.
I don't
Um,
understand why the whole climate change thing is like a political thing. You know what I mean?
it's a
It's like
people thing.
if we can
Yeah.
measure stuff that's going into the atmosphere and we can we measure change in temperature.
Mhm. Yeah. We can
Why
measure
is this?
change of the climate. Why can't we connect that to climate change?
Yeah,
Uh, it doesn't bother me, but some people, I think it's like they have to stay with the party line.
are they calling it like don't say climate change or
That's probably what the joke will be on all the late night
yeah,
talk shows and stuff. But I just saw that signing a bill strikes climate change from state law. Interesting.
okay, Ron
Um,
DeSantis.
and the
That
the connection to the lab meat thing, I was quickly just gonna say, I saw that actually a lot of other countries are doing it, like Italy, France. They're like keep that stuff out of our country. So it might not be
lab
a red.
grown meat.
It might
Interesting.
yeah, lab. It might not be actually a red state, blue state thing. I thought that's what it was gonna be when we were talking about
Big
Florida and
cat,
Alabama.
big cattle possibly.
That's probably a big part of it, but I mean, like, yeah, we'll see. Texas definitely is not going to like that. But
If they're not
yeah,
adding like weird stuff into it,
mhm.
maybe they have to do that to grow it in a lab. I don't know.
I think the process there's got to be something like
Yeah.
there's got to be something sketchy in there. There has to be. It seems so unnatural, but
We should bring
I mean, it's
somebody
like
on that's an expert in this so they can explain it to us like we're five.
yeah, we should have some contacts like for I don't know, maybe there's like like someone who works at a university or someone who doesn't care about our low viewership and they just be like, oh yeah, I do study this. Maybe there's a way to find a path to find a person like that.
Yeah.
um oh, I wanted to uh before we get past the debate thing too far,
Mhm.
There was a funny thing that Joe Biden said about how he was all excited, to debate Trump and stuff. He's like, uh, because like Trump's like, I want to debate you 3 times, and he said, I'll give you 2 debates, pal. And then he went on to say, and he said, I debated this guy in 2020, and I beat him 2 times, and for some reason he's been too scared to debate me since then. So I'm like, wait, why would there be a debate in the middle of it? Like, I think he got confused, like thinking previous presidents and current presidents just keep debating until
Yeah.
no.
Was
I
this
think he
some
just
was this some like live off the cuff like thing remarks that he said, or was this like a
I didn't
planned
see the
statement?
video. I didn't see the video. I just read a transcript about it. It was when he
Oh,
first made his public statement saying, "Yeah, I'd be happy to debate him," but just not not a third party or independent candidate. That still just drives me crazy. It's just like um
if
yeah.
yeah, if you're polling and if you have
Hmm.
a high enough percentage,
Hmm.
you should be able to debate. We need more.
Right. I mean, that's the other thing is the polling. I think it could be a little bit manipulated.
Yeah.
There's definitely like some ways that could be like you need 4 major political polls and stuff, and it's like, I think all the ones I mentioned before are all like nationally recognized. And Gallup, that's another thing. RFK Jr. is leading in favorability over everyone in
Hmm.
the Gallup poll, which is the oldest and most respected one. It's like it's him, uh, Trump, then Biden. But that's not like a real number. That's different. But
Right.
it is interesting just to think about it. Um, I don't know what else you have on your list of things. If you have a list of things,
Um, I don't really have anything on politics besides the debate
we,
stuff. Do you want to move on to
yeah.
different?
Let's move on. That was enough of that.
I got a quick thing with the Starliner about it got delayed again.
Uh,
There was a helium
right. Is it
leak.
is it on? I think it's on the 25th
Yeah,
now,
May
which I think is our
25th.
next week's episode. So probably not going to happen. But not the episode will happen.
Yeah,
The launch probably won't happen.
it probably
Um,
won't. And we'll actually know by the time we record because I think it's supposed to be 3:09 p.m.
okay.
Is when the earliest they could do it. But yeah, it'll probably get delayed again. I don't really have a lot of confidence in the Starliner.
I don't either. It seems like it's not real. It's the way it's just like I don't think it's actually going to happen. But I don't know. I would like it to. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. That there's a good segue there. I saw this actually. I saw 2 stories from Saskatchewan, Canada. One of them is this farmer found like a huge chunk of space debris laying on his farm.
Really?
Like something weighed 90 pounds. It's like 6.5 by 6.5 feet. A bunch of metal and carbon fiber. It looks pretty crazy. Definitely could have killed someone, or could have really like damaged some property if it didn't land in a field. And
Yeah.
it is SpaceX, so it's like there's it's just like I want to think about how they're going to start regulating that because there's more and more satellites, there's more and more launches nowadays, and there's more and more stuff on the sky,
They need to be
uh,
tracking that somehow. I know they do track some of it, but like that
yeah,
shouldn't be a thing where it could just like fall into somebody's backyard. Like there
that's
needs to be like
that's
advance notice. Like you get a push
right.
notification, space debris. See,
Yeah,
I mean
it's like
that should be doable. I feel like it's
it,
2024.
I could see that actually being like, I'm not saying this in a jokey way because I know Amber Alerts are serious, but I could see an alert system for that. Like,
Yeah.
because this is happening more and more. Recently, there was that one, I think it fell in Florida. It was like kind of like about this big, just like a chunk of thick metal that like
Mhm.
ripped through some people's house, their
Yeah.
roof. And it was
I've
like
seen
from,
yeah, I've seen stories like this before.
yeah, but it's happening more. I'm seeing it more and more now. But this one I'm just referring to in Saskatchewan, I mean, it's the biggest piece I've ever seen,
Yeah.
It's like the guy was so chill about it too. He's like, "Oh, that's pretty interesting." I'm like, "No, that could have been bad." Like, um,
Yeah,
I,
who pays for that? Is it like covered by insurance, I wonder, or is it
I don't.
SpaceX? Do they have to be
I feel
like,
like it's got to be SpaceX's responsibility,
yeah,
But
or
like,
like an insurance from SpaceX should like cover it?
right? Yeah, there's got to be some coverage there because it just seems like they can't just do this. Like billionaires can't just like litter,
Yeah.
and then and just do it until someone does get injured or something bad happens, and be like, all right, we're gonna look at new protocols. That's not the way to do it. I don't know. I don't like that. But the thing that this is kind of funny. This is another story from Saskatchewan that I saw. I was like, oh, I got two Saskatchewan.
are
Shout out to
you
Canada.
yeah, are you really into Canada lately or
Yeah, I'm all about Trudeau, dude. I watched. I personally watched our Trudeau clip like 6,000 times.
that's the reason why
That's why.
it
That's
did
why I
so
did
well.
so well. Um, this is actually this I just thought was like mildly entertaining. But there was this like kid going through drive-through McDonald's drive-through,
Hmm.
and he pulls out his phone with the app because he's got like a free burger, and then there's like a cop who sees him, and it's like apparently very very strict, like to have a phone while you're behind the wheel. So he shows it to the person at the window. They scan it for his free burger, and then immediately they pull him over and give him a
Oh,
$580 ticket. I'm like, that's kind of insane. Like,
that is insane. Yeah.
I mean, I was like idling, and then I just kind of rolled up to the window, and they're like, yeah, but you were on your phone operating a vehicle. That's just the rule. I'm like, or the law. I'm like, that's
Dude, that's how everyone at Starbucks, like you have like
exact.
the app and
Yeah,
you scan it. There's a lot of
and
places like that.
every place has an app and like some
Chick-fil-A,
kind of
yeah. Chick-fil-A
a
does that too.
membership
Their drive-through.
program.
Yeah.
Yes, but I guess it's in Canada. It's just more. It's a bigger deal, or at least in this part,
There's a lot of gray
Saskatchewan.
areas with phones and because they're GPS
Yeah.
devices, like we need
Hmm.
those to drive, but
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Canada needs to chill a little bit on that one. Um. I don't know, man. Space. Oh, this is kind of mildly interesting. James Webb found a new exoplanet that is like they're calling it Cotton Candy Planet because it has like the lowest density of any planet ever found before. It's like literally like it's some kind of a there's a structure to it, but
Hmm.
there's so much air whipped into it. It's just a big giant like
It's just
ball of cotton candy. It's like
yeah.
seven times bigger than Jupiter. It's just like a big
Oh,
ball of
is it
of
it's probably got to be thick further in the core, right? Like
it has
Jupiter's.
some kind of a structure to
Yeah.
it for sure.
Yeah.
But somehow when it got whipped up, just like cotton candy, I'm like, the space is a weird place. Like we talked about like some planet that was recently discovered that had like
The Hell Planet.
yeah, hell
Yeah, yeah.
planet. Yeah, like we talked about these like there's got to be like everything out there. And there's a new thing that they're doing probably powered by AI where instead of looking for Goldilocks planets, a program that's specifically going to look for Dyson spheres. And I think there's 7 candidates right now. Not like it's an alien civilization, but it could be like, an alien megastructure, as they say, some kind of
Right.
a a swarm of comets, a dust cloud, something, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
some of that stuff, the Dyson sphere, they're aren't they looking for like flickerings and stuff? But like they
yeah,
also
yeah.
realize it's like it could be a planet orbiting
Mhm.
another planet, kind of like
Right. Well,
it's a
that's
little.
different because that's like when they capture the transit of a planet crossing the path of another one.
Hmm.
That's like how they measure it. But no, I think the light like Tabby star. That's the one that has like the big dips in light and stuff. Um, so
That's the
yeah, I
one.
think there's right now a
Okay.
lot of looking around from which seems kind of like interesting, but also what's the point? Because you'd have to go there to like see it to be like, oh, there is a civilization that
Yeah,
actually built a structure. It's just
I don't
like
mind
kind
them
of
looking for it.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't mind them looking for it, but I don't know. I think it's very unlikely. I think the Great Filter
Mhm.
is going to prevent most civilizations from getting that far.
Yeah. I also think it's very, very unlikely that a science fiction writer in the 60s
Was right about
thought of
it.
something and then they were like, you know what? Let's
Yeah.
look into that. That's just wacky.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, I'm out. I'm not doing Snark Tank today, by the way. I'll do it next
That's
time.
fine.
I'm a little low energy Jeb today, everyone.
I like
Um
the the Shark Tank callback though. That's good. For those
I
reasons,
looked over my
I'm out.
notes and I was like, should I actually, you know what? I'll do one. I'll do one. Okay. So
Okay.
I guess drop in our dumb little recorder thing. um, I'll do one. And this is only because I'm a narcissist. It's my birthday like in a week. And I thought of a product that I want to have for my birthday or a company. So, hey, Snark, thanks for having me back, man.
Welcome back.
Kevin, it's good. Good to see you. Um, uh, so I have a company for you. It's a not really a company. It's a product. It's not really worth anything. It's kind of just a flippant joke. Anyway, here's my idea. Birthday trees. Let's get into the business of trees you could put your birthday gifts under. Everyone's got a birthday. It's not all about baby Jesus. Everyone should be able to have a birthday tree. Okay? So
Okay.
here's the thing. Right now I've got a couple gifts. I think you might have sent me something actually. And they're all just like piled up. And I'm like, that doesn't look cool. So we're just gonna steal Christmas trees and do them year round. That's all I want to do. So I'm gonna have my own birthday tree
Birthday
company.
tree's not going to be a unique type of tree. It's going to be the same
Oh no, it's just a
evergreen.
Christmas tree.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Christmas. I don't like that we just do them for well me like 2 months out of the year. But
Yeah.
I want to put my birthday presents under a tree. Just like a little like the little developmentally delayed man I am, you know?
I think this is a good business idea actually. I think Big Tree. I think we could do a licensing deal with them.
Would you actually invest in this company, sir? Like, because it does sort of seem like I know there's a risk there, Christmas being seasonal, and people would be like, do I really want Christmas trees year round? Because everyone's got a birthday. Everyone wants to make it about them, like as I'm doing right now. But I don't know. I think there's a business here.
I think there's something. I don't know what it
Okay.
is yet, but I think you got it.
Okay.
So
Well,
for those reasons,
I'm in. I'll do one. I'll do one more, but it's not a
okay,
real company. Because I'm pretty sure I looked it up and I was like, oh, this is impossible. All right, Snark. Here's my other idea. It's a very personal story to me as well.
okay.
I hope it touches your heart. Uh, I have a cat, and she's mostly healthy, but she does have some issues. That's why I started a company, sleep apnea masks for cats and dogs. My cat snores so loud, I have to shove her and be like, yo, this is crazy. So I looked it up. It's impossible. So I understand there's no deal. Thank you for your time, sir.
My cat has a whistle nose. Like it
Yes.
just her nose whistles when she's breathing in a deep sleep. Like I think
Yeah.
she needs a septoplasty like I had. So
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. My cat's got a really weird nose. But also she's like a mouth breather and she just snores and makes weird sounds. It's pretty cute though.
Yeah.
Um, Probably not healthy. Let me look at my phone. Very professional podcasting. Let me see if I have any other things to bring up here. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about ChatGPT, did we?
Let's talk about OpenAI's GPT-4
4
O
O. And
Omni.
that O is Omni.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this example, anyone that saw the movie Her, it's basically that. Did you ever see that movie?
Her? I
Yeah.
I have not.
It's a movie came out probably 10 years ago. Joaquin
Her.
Phoenix, Scarlett Johansson. It was a good movie. Chris Pratt's in it a little bit. It's written directed by Spike Jonze, where it's in a future, a very dystopian future,
Mm.
where basically they have ChatGPT 4o, and I mean it's exactly what that is. Like they modeled that after the movie. So the guy, Joaquin Phoenix, he falls in love with his AI agent assistant thing, his Siri, and then it's like it becomes all real to him and stuff.
The
It's
the
pretty
demo
sad.
the demo videos, she did seem very flirty, like
Yeah.
laughing a lot, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that
I gotta
is
pull up the
that is a
clip.
strange thing about that movie is like it's art imitating life and vice versa, but it's like making the chatbot horny for some reason is what I think people wanted. They're like, wow, it feels real now. It's like I don't
Yeah.
like it. It feels actually phonier to me, you
Yeah.
know?
It just
Feel,
and to be clear, I don't it wasn't the demo they did.
Mhm.
I was just thinking, I was like, this seems a little flirty, just the way she's like laughing a lot at him
Yeah.
because he's not funny.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
he wasn't being funny in the thing, but she was just like giggling. I guess she was just trying to be, you know, enjoyable to talk to.
Right.
You don't want to talk to be
Right.
like, actually, that'd be funny if you could do one that's like Audrey Plaza or something, like
Well,
just
I think we'll get there.
yeah,
Definitely.
different
That'll probably be
personalities.
maybe that'll be like a new kind of thing, sort of like Cameo, where like celebrities like wish you a happy birthday, where like celebrities sell like their voice print to the companies like ChatGPT, and maybe that'll happen, because
Yeah,
I could see Scarlett Johansson, people wanting that exact experience, and her being like, well, I kind of am the voice of that whole movement in a way
Yeah.
because it's a good movie actually. Really not a cool movie to watch with your mom. Just saying, that was a weird one, but it's got a lot of uncomfortable scenes, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that it was going to be like this. Uh,
I pulled it up on IMDb because yeah, this came out in 2014. That's when Marley was born. I didn't see a lot of movies like the first
that
couple
makes
years
sense.
Marley was little.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't think Marley would have liked it.
Not
Not a cool baby
appropriate.
movie.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I saw the other demonstration where they had
Yeah.
two of these 4.0s talk to each other. The part I did like is when they were trying to make them sing together. The
Yeah.
guy's like, he's like, I want you to take turns, like each sing a line, and they were like kind of following the rules, but it almost felt like dealing with like children. Cause at first the woman kept going. He's like, no, 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 no. Alternate lines. And then the guy goes and he's like, no, 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 no. I said sing. That wasn't singing. I was like, this guy's like kind of pushy. But no, interesting demonstration. I tried it, not the multimodal chatbot version, but I did like type in to the
Hmm.
4.0
Yeah.
just to see it. It didn't feel that different to me in that way,
Right.
but definitely the video demonstration is impressive. And I want this thing to get some updates. Otherwise, it's pretty much just a little fad toy relic that will be kind of a reminder of the little snapshot in history where we had AI devices,
Right.
instead of
I mean,
apps, which
we talked about this. This made sense that it would just be integrated into this.
right.
I was
Right, but
surprised
that's the
that
thing. It's like they sold millions of these things for $200 a pop, and if
yeah,
you're doing it as an app or a service, you're not going to make that kind of money,
yeah,
Not immediately. Where this was just like, oh, a flashy device made by teenage engineering,
yeah,
at SEC. It was kind of like the perfect launch for a semi-scammy product, which is why I don't even know if I want to do the review because it's sort of changed. The narrative has changed a lot. Um, Seeing people like kind of using like cracking an Android device and then getting Rabbit like this to run on a phone, without I'm like, okay, so it is AI in a box, an app in a box.
right. It's
Um,
the same internal hardware as what's in your phone, right?
oh, it's worse, much worse.
Much worse. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, because they're selling it for $200. It's like a budget
right.
phone. It's like a
It's
burner.
a yeah,
It's running
it's
on
a
a burner hardware.
yeah. I get I don't know if I'll ever release the review video or not, but I will tell you that like when you first set this thing up, you have to
Mhm.
scan a QR code. And this camera is so shitty, it couldn't scan the QR code for like 2.5 minutes. I was changing the angle, and I'm like, can it actually do this? I'm like, that's my first
Yeah,
like
yeah.
impression. The setup with a bad camera QR.
You
Yeah.
have to put like a prescription lens in front of the camera that's on there just to get it to.
Yeah. The Rabbit R1 needs LASIK before it can actually perform any functions. Um, I do like it. It's just like, I don't know.
No,
Hey,
it's
let's see.
cool. I think the design's cool. It's just yeah, it's probably now
Right.
it'll be a cool collector thing. A
I
piece of tech
mean, like
history.
I
It
said
could be in a
many
museum.
times, yeah, there's,
Not just yet, but
well, I mean, pretty soon. It's
pretty
already
soon.
pretty obsolete. Uh,
But it'll get
no,
updated.
I strictly bought it because the price point wasn't so bad compared to that Humane pin
Yeah.
and the design, and it's designed by Teenage Engineering, my favorite like design
No
company. So I was like,
subscription, right?
yeah. When do you get your next update?
I do not require updates like software or
Yes, you
devices
do.
do.
Yes, you do. That's so crazy you would say that.
I do
Oh my
not
goodness.
require updates like software and devices do. That you are a device that runs software.
Okay, yeah, see, it's like it's confused. Hey, are you confused by my last question?
No, I am not confused.
A-
How can I assist you
Ask
further?
if it's hallucinating.
Oh, okay, good question. Are you currently are you currently hallucinating? Yes, you are.
Experiencing any form of
It's
sensory
in so
perception.
much
How can I
denial.
assist you today?
Yeah.
I require no assistance, but I appreciate what you're trying to do.
Thank you for your kind words. If you have any questions or
I
need
do kind of
assistance
like it. It's so cute. It's a little bouncy rabbit head. I
Yeah.
don't know.
We could
I like
we could
it. It's
probably
just
clip that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably some good rabbit clips in there. I'll look back at my tabs and see if there's anything else. Mm.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
Oh, this is a quick one, which I thought is weird that I never really thought about this, but like that bridge, Baltimore bridge collapse.
Hmm.
There's 20 crew members that have just been living on that thing for the past 7 weeks. They're just like rationing food, and they're just
Wait,
like
they're living on the bridge that.
on no on the ship. The crew
Oh,
members are
oh,
just they're still just on that thing. They're stuck there. It's
they're
almost like
stuck.
it's like the movie The Terminal in a way, because their visas have since expired. So it's like a whole like bureaucratic mess.
Wow.
And also like they they had to like control demolition the bridge to
Yeah.
get the ship unstuck. So these poor guys are on there just getting blasted, like it's pretty crazy. I started thinking about, I mean, I know there's loss of life and the whole thing is a mess, but I started thinking about those guys' experience, and there's almost an interesting story there. Apparently, like the FBI went in because it's an investigation as well,
Hmm.
and they took away their phones. So they're like there for like a month and a half with like without communication, like contact with their families. I'm like, it's a pretty rough story. I think it's probably gonna turn into like
Why wouldn't
some
they?
kind of a
Why wouldn't they
docu-series.
just send them home?
I don't completely
Yeah.
understand. It's really weird. Well, actually, no, I do kind of understand. It's because maritime law. I read this one part. Maritime law is super strict on the minimum type of requirements for the crew.
Hmm.
This vessel, even though it's stationary, it still needs to be manned. And also, there's just so much maintenance you have to do on a day-to-day basis. So
Apparently, that
it's
ship too, or the fact that it just lost power.
yeah,
That thing.
right. But yeah, I do think that there will be an interesting story. It's like a 19 Indian dudes and then one guy from Sri Lanka.
Hmm.
Um, I'd like to see their story. One thing
Maybe
that's
there'll be
super
a mini
sad,
series out of it, or a
yeah,
little TV
I think
show.
there will be, because it's like it's a compelling story. Um, yeah, like the poor guys too, like not really knowing what's going on,
Yeah.
and who knows how good their English is, who knows, and they're just like they're kind of like they're under an investigation, and it's like, and then they like they learn that 6 people died, and then they're like really upset and stuff, and they just like spent like the first week just praying and just being like, oh my god, what are we into? This is crazy. I feel bad for them.
Yeah, me too.
And on that note, let's say no,
On a
I don't want
positive
to leave
note,
like that.
yeah, let's
No, no, let's pull out something. Let's pull out something else for next week. All right. Well, this might get people talking.
let's talk
God,
about God. Okay.
it's a
Something
pretty big
light.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I need to get my thoughts in order on God.
Dude, I kind of also want to do we talked about this, a what women want segment where we
Oh, I forgot. I have that pretty much written out. Yeah,
okay,
I
good,
got
because
help from
we can use
I
that
got help from a woman. It's pretty good. I'll tell you off the air, and it's a good one.
yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we'll do a listicle or something. Where you're like, I think
Yeah.
women like this the most.
Right. Yeah, I got a good list of options for us. So I don't know. Keep this in. This could be a teaser for people.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Stay tuned
Play
next
the
week.
music now.